back to what we were originally doing. Yeah, that's basically all we can get out of the ur-quan. They will tell us other stuff, but basically it's the same thing as we've got from both types of ur-quanies. So, yeah, let's get out of here. Now our next destination is Beta Lapras. Now, where is that? I'm gonna find it on the map and I'll be back. Here we go, right here. Yeah. And the ur-quan shouldn't be able to catch us. And I believe this is outside of ur-quan space? Yes. So, we won't have any problem doing this. So, and that's probably, yeah, that's the Slylandro probe chasing us right now. So yeah, that gives us a great insight onto what we are fighting against. Basically, it'd be really bad if the ur-quan won. Okay, those guys are different. No. Once you start contacting people, things start changing. So, actually, let's make sure the Pekunk aren't. The Pekunk will start migrating again if we do anything else. So, yes. So, I believe this is another rainbow world. Anyway, what I was saying was it gives us a good insight onto what we're fighting and why we're fighting and why they are fighting, although we don't know what the Sumatra is yet. And the revelation that the talking pets they use used to be the Dinyari is kind of a, I don't know, I was surprised the first time I heard that. So, well, they're class 3 and some aliens. Save the game. And yeah. I'm gonna have to try this a couple times. Weather is like my weak point. It's what I'm less good against. Oh, these are the easy kind. Okay. Easy aliens. Little Commander Keen looking dudes. There we go. So yeah, that's, it's cool to find out things like that. And we can also learn that from the Melnome, I believe. As you can probably tell from the kind of secret expositions that they're giving us, that the male Num that they talk about are probably the Melnome. They call them one-eyed, and their names are similar. But there's no absolute proof of this in-game. So yeah, I'm taking some damage. Oh shit. I didn't mean to do that. I should have just shot the mineral. But yeah, oh shit. So as far as I know, that's the truth. That's who they are. And they obviously know who the ur-quan are and all that stuff, so that's probably why they're so mysterious about everything, is that they don't want to draw attention to themselves from the Korra and things like that, although the Korra may not associate them with that. Okay, anyway, we're done here, and lost more than I wanted to. I'm gonna look at my list. Next is Gamma Aquari. Where's that? Gamma. Now, some of these planets the people will actually tell us about, but I'm just skipping the step. I'm trying not to do that for a lot of stuff, but for things like this, I am doing it because it's easier this way. Oh, where is it? Gamma. There we go. Okay. Just to save time. Well, look at this. We've got some people here. Well, we're gonna talk to them. Obviously, once we get a chance to. And we'll see who they are. I hadn't planned on this, but yep.
I suppose as a courtesy I should extend an appropriate greeting. On behalf of the Ootwig Proctors, I truly hope for your sake that your day has been better than ours, although this really isn't saying that much.
These are the Utwig. Let's ask if they know anything about the ur-quan. Well, no, let's introduce ourselves.
What good would that do? I mean, why should we? We agonized for hours, wondering if it was a cruel twist of fate or simply a serious case of butterfingery. The lifetimes that have been spent in the pursuit of the elusive answer to this deceptively simple question has driven many of us down the dark road of self-destruction. Indeed, even as these words strike the ears of any who care to listen, the real question is, does it matter? I cannot say. I wallow in a quandary, unable to determine what better atones for my part of the great sin. Should I engage in slow and painful self-termination? Should I commit myself to a long life of painful self-flagellation? Should I throw myself with enthusiastic verve at the problem of collective annihilation? I do not know. Even now, my mind writhes in anguish of indecision, lest the outcome be inadequate.
I fucking hate these guys. Oh my god. Now, you need them. You have to talk to them to do stuff, but oh boy, they are so annoying. Basically, their shtick is that they're really depressed. We're gonna find out why they're depressed.
Alright, I'll try, but you know, it really doesn't matter. After all, we have a famous bootwig saying, when one loses the reason for existence, one tends to get less motivated. This goes hand in hand with the painfully appropriate credo, we broke it so we are paying for it. Of course, this isn't really accurate. The situation is so much more hideous. Imagine, if you can, holding within your hands the answer, only to have it taunt you with its former potential. Ah, cruel irony. The loss of the ur-quan grieves us all.
The ur-quan. That's why they're whining.
Bah, it doesn't matter. Besides being of no concern to you, I find discussion of this matter, well, distasteful. The ur-quan was not the only thing which assures total and complete meaning of life for you and I. It is universal. I'm sure that you too are aware of this thing, if only in legend. It granted us all limitless power and knowledge. It has been since, well, rendered inoperative.
This has to be like the funniest thing. A rock chipper. Let's ask about the ur-quan before we continue with their whiningness.
We know nothing of this species that you mentioned. However, While we are on the subject of evil and powerful species, we have encountered a particularly gruesome race that seemed to come from the direction of Arcturus. When we hailed them, they responded with mighty weapons that sent our delegation to their deaths. Lucky fools. The aliens' dark, crusty battleships are capable of guiding spinning mines into almost any location, and should an enemy get too close, a fiery corona emerges to inflict fearsome damage. In our skirmishes with the race who called themselves the ur-quan, we found that by using our own shielding capability, we could sweep through the mines, absorb the corona, and then get close enough to the dark ships to give a lick of our own. In truth, however, they are very powerful and ruthless. When the ur-quan started to press toward our home world, we thought that our deserved punishment was being administered. But then, a mystery? They suddenly became disinterested and veered away. Bah, confounding frustration. With the ur-quan, I could speak knowledgeably on this subject. To have this quality torn from our grasp emphasizes how meaningless our existence really is. This lack of meaning is what drives my species to the serious contemplation of a quick end.
I really wish I didn't have to talk to them. So they don't know anything about the ur-quan, but they do know about the ur-quan. God damn it!
Your query once again painfully reminds me of the ur-quan and what it was for the universe. I could tell you all and correct all that is wrong in the universe. All I can tell you is that the ur-quan live to kill. Their stated purpose is to seek out new life and new civilizations and then annihilate them. We seem to qualify as such, and that is why it is puzzling that after pursuing us with some tenacity, they suddenly turned away and headed toward Craterus. All this speculation would be unnecessary if only we had saved the ur-quan. It would not have taken much. A diving catch, a thrown pillow, even a fuzzy wumpus would have broken the fall satisfactorily. Indeed, a panel convened to analyze the possibilities concluded there were at least 623 ways that the ur-quan could have been saved if we had been prepared. Let us cease our discussion concerning these matters.
We didn't even ask about the ur-quan.
To say the least. Our past is one of a glorious and proud people, coupled with a cataclysm that rocks the universe to its very core. It all began when the chimps rose from the murky bog, and the ur-quan emerged as well. In these primitive times, we cavorted about our world, oblivious to any sort of higher purpose. We took everything at face value. Meanwhile, the tendrils of the chimps infiltrated the vast sky canopies of Thoth, and then the veils fell. Suddenly, the ur-quan were stunned by a collective realization. All immediately and urgently donned veils of every description. Hides, leaves, shells, rocks, even living growls were donned in the early days. You see, the face is the mechanism that expresses many of the primitive qualities that hinder sentience. Now rid of constant reminders of greed, rage, hatred, and lust, the wisdom of the ur-quan was no longer hampered by constant reminders of the primitive urge. Over many generations, mask etiquette was refined to a rock-solid foundation of our society. Sure, the morality riots were expensive, both in lives and infrastructure, but the result was better mask regulation. Specification from your basic mask of grueling but necessary activity to the most highly decorated countenance of stellar representation. These were clearly defined, recognizing the importance of flexibility, clear-cut and efficient procedures for revision and redesign dealt with the few anomalies. From that moment, when we covered the source of our intellectual oppression, we knew that it was a grand purpose that defined our destiny. Are you still listening?
Ah!
Our entire development as a sentient species was coordinated to coincide with the appearance of a remarkable device, the ur-quan. We were oblivious to its tragic implications.
God. I think they made these guys important just to be really, really annoying. I'm gonna do this.
You are kind. If we could wield the ur-quan to resurrect your splib, we would. But I suddenly am overcome with waves of depression. I must retire now to perform rituals of anguish. Waves of trauma wash across my being even now. I must go.
Obviously, we're not gonna attack them or anything, but we're gonna get run into by a bunch of ships. No, we're not. They're going away. That's cool. There are some other things we can talk about them about. Again, class 3 weather. Sure, whatever. It's fine. Neptunium. I don't believe that that's a naturally occurring thing. I could be wrong, though. Oh. Yeah, it's worth it, I guess. They did give us a clue about landing at Craterus, the Korra landing at Craterus, so, but I guess we should keep talking to them so that we can get more clues. And so I don't have to talk to them again.
Just go away. Leave us to ponder our grief. In order for you to truly understand the situation, you need to know more about the ur-quan and its unique capabilities. You see, when the Druze discovered the ur-quan, they knew that it was ours. The Druze were compelled by intrinsic universal direction to take it to where it has always belonged. They brought it to us. Oh, the ur-quan. It assured total and complete meaning of life for all. The universal. With the ur-quan in hand, I could sense not only your motivations and desires, but your purpose. I could act upon these things in ways that would most likely seem mysterious, if not, well, daft. Years later, you would herald our participation in your development as the turning point for your species. The Druze were only one of the few to benefit in this way. Even now,
Oh, God.
they are puzzled by the way we rewarded them for the delivery of the ur-quan to its correct place. In 24 years, 2 months, and 3 days, they will all dance the dance of jubilation. Indeed, the ur-quan has allowed us to fundamentally change the Druze forever. The Supocs, too, receive many benefits from our use of the ur-quan. They can testify to its power.
So the Druze and the Supocs.
Yes, things were perfect. What happened is, well, I night is difficult to talk about, but I saw it happen. I witnessed the Chinsral celebration. I felt the ur-quan fill the empty place that I did not know was there. I saw the Grand Proctor pass it to, well, they say that the chief crew did not know that it was so heavy and slippery. Perhaps it was a combination of factors. Some who have reviewed the records claim it was actually a conspiracy. The commission investigation officially stated that the ur-quan was rendered inoperative by the fall to the ground. Yet many feel that the whole story has not yet been told. As it struck the ground, I saw its glow fade, and then the painful void incapacitated all. All Utwig immediately donned the mask of ultimate embarrassment and shame, with the vow to wear it forever. Bonfires all over Foz consumed all but this mask. No other mask was spared. The visage of ceremonial orations, in all of its contexts and revisions, as I'm sure you understand, all of the courting masks from the clever and intriguing veil of flirtatious prancing to the infamous lewd monocle, all consumed by the hungry flames. Even the most fundamental fixtures were committed to this irreversible fate. The mask of natural bodily excretions once hung in every lavatory. Most of the public facilities have removed the disposable mask dispensers, but every once in a while I still see such a repository, always empty. At that time, many suggested that we use the precursor relic as a form of self-punishment. The proposal was that we collectively go to the second moon of the sixth planet of Zeta Hyades at coordinates 850.3 by 937.2 and use the ancient planeteering device to end our existence. After much discussion, we decided that we deserved to suffer. We can use the bomb if we ever decide the time is right. In the meantime, we atone for our grievous mistake with our collective misery. I suddenly sink into a chasm of depression. I must go.
Well, I believe that that's,
As do we. Go now with neither malice nor joy.
I believe that's all we can learn from them right at the moment. And I hate talking to them, so let's go. I didn't really want to run into them anyway, because I hate them. Oh, god damn it.
Just go. As do.
Alright. Now, just a second. Alright. On this map, we can now see the Supox, who we can go talk to. I'm not going to bother right now. But eventually we will talk to them. Where we're going now is to Groombridge. And this is, I think it's just a rainbow world. I don't even think we're going to mine on it. I believe Groombridge is a giant star. So we're not going to be doing anything with that. But Supox is rather important as well. So we'll be talking to them after we're done. That just kind of, you know, happened. So yep. And like, as a name star on the edge of the galaxy part, well, the part of the galaxy we're in, with one star, you pretty much guess. Yep, a rainbow world. 3,000 degrees, yeah. I don't think we're landing there. Okay. The next planet we're going to is would be Alpha Andromedae, which I believe is down here. Right here. Okay, so we're here at Alpha Andromedae. Again, just another Rainbow World pickup. And, nah. Alright, now our next option is... Well, there's something at Arcturus. Let's go there. Now, there's an item I'm going to be picking up here. I'm trying to remember who tells us that it's there. But we can pick it up and somebody will still say something about it later. So it'll tell us how we know what we're supposed to know. Now, there's something chasing me. Let's see what it is. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Alright. Lost a couple crew there. It's fine. Going here. As you can see, we're going in a circle. So. Alright, we're here. As you can see, I've been doing an awful lot of ignoring of planets. That's just because, well... Alright, this is the... Not the one. Not a Rainbow World. A lot of red crap. And you see the energy signal here. Well, that's what we're looking for. You see the cities. Okay. These ruins would seem to be some civilization which called itself the Bervixies. All these cities have been reduced to radioactive slag by some sort of energy weapon similar to the ur-quan's fusion blaster. The evidence we've gathered here, we conclude that this entire civilization was destroyed in orbit sometime in the last 8 to 12 Earth years. There are no survivors. Basically, the core all blew up. Okay. Some more squid peoples. Oops, I forgot that. That happened. Bees! Die, bees! Okay. I don't think I can kill those. Oh, I can, okay. Let's kill the squid guys. Oops. That's fine. Gather them all up, I guess. I'll pick up the thing after I'm dealing with this. Finish dealing with this stuff. Oh, okay. The thing I'm looking for is actually on the moon. So, herp-a-derp. Yeah, there we go. And an immensely powerful hyperwave transmitter on the surface of this moon is sending out a strong hyperwave signal outward into the unexplored anti-spinward region of the galaxy. Since the equipment is extremely valuable and we have found no sign of any intelligent life on the moon, we decided to disassemble the transmitter and bring it back to the ship. And we leave. Class 3 rather, I don't feel like chasing around the squid guys, so... we got enough from the planet that I didn't even really want to land on, so... Okay. This is basically a backup option if we don't get the one from the Spathy. So, I believe that's the reason it exists. Now, it says broadcasting into the anti-spinward region of the galaxy, this basically means that these guys were the ones who attracted the core because of what the ur-quan said about sending them to off to the other regions of the galaxy and going the other way. So, yeah. Basically, these guys did it, and it's all their fault. I'm trying to remember where the next thing is. Gamma Reticuli. I'll find it and I'll be back.